This is Cynthia Ortiz again. It is February 12th, 2022. This is the second podcast from today. Mr. Perry won't stop bothering me. Everyone wants to know. Okay, it's not just Charles Perry. And use allegedly, we assert all constitutional rights. We shouldn't have to assert them, we just have them. Apply the but-for standard here, the reasonable, prudent individual standard, which you are not. Mr. Perry, you're not getting it. It's so fucking irritating to have to repeat the same thing, and you don't get it. I don't like you. I know a lot of power guys. They have women throwing themselves at them. You don't have that. You're by yourself. You got women kicking and screaming, get off me, get off me, get away from me, get away from me. And you're still not getting it. The more you bother me, the more you get told on. The more you bother me, the more you get told on. The more you peep on me and force yourself on me, the more you get told on. You're not getting the correlation here. It's not hard. It's cause and effect. Put your hand on a hot stove, you get burned. Bother me, you get told on. And you guys just did it again. How'd she find that out? How'd she know that? You just did it again. It's been that way every day since then. What is the date on that? Listen, are you all fucktards? We know. I'm going to tell you right now. We know for a fact Mr. Perry is severely mentally retarded. We know that. We absolutely know. He's not done a thing to prove otherwise. He has failed over and over and over to respond properly to what was just said. Just like Neil. Just like creepy Neil. He is absolutely worse. He's creepier. Neil, to the best of my knowledge, doesn't do video voyeur stuff or hack. Charles, you're sick. You're a mentally insane, mentally retarded man. And I got that from a doctor that looked through all your emails and has a big old file on you. Thinks you need to be having examinations for Alzheimer's. Because we have to say the same thing over and over and over and over. They're starting to come to the same conclusion with Mr. Robertson. You get caught and you do it anyway. And then you get all upset. Who told? How'd she find out? We're seeing things happen we've not seen before. Who told on us? You're provoking the wrong people. How many different times does this have to happen before you get it? When you touch a hot stove, you get burned. Your hand is coming off, Perry. What the fuck are you trying to prove? Listen to what I just said. I don't like you. I don't want any contact with you. Get your fucking cameras out of my house. Don't contact me because it pisses me off. When you piss me off, we get shit like this. And then everybody's going, how'd you find that out? You're pissing everybody off. That's how. That's how. Don't fucking ask me that question again. You ought to know by now. When you piss me off, my guys work very hard. And then we get shit like this. This came from somebody in Lubbock that knows Charles and got so disturbed. Charles is bragging about it. Here's what I'm going to do to her. And the guy got so disturbed, he reported you, Charles. You are told on and told on and told on and rejected and told on and rejected and made fun of and told. What else are people supposed to say about guys like you? What are they supposed to say about people like you, Mr. Perry? People that break the law 24/7. You can't get a life. You're like a little girl watching Frozen. A 1-year-old little girl can do what you do. Sit around watching Frozen, playing with dolls and unicorns. Grown men are not to do that. You're not to act that way. You know, in Manford, those guys were commenting. They were like, Charles Perry acts like his mom just didn't whip his ass enough. What happened? You got molested as a little kid, and then your mom coddled you? Oh, poor baby. So then you think everybody's supposed to do that? If you feel like your feelings are hurt, go talk to your mom. We don't care. We said you're breaking the law, stop. Since you don't do it on your own, you're being stopped by somebody else. You're being stopped by somebody you can't get to that doesn't want your bribe. I said not this time. I knew a whole lot more about it then than I could even say. I know a whole lot more about it now than I can say. Are you guys all stupid? I mean, how many times I got to repeat you? David? We know Charles is mentally retarded. We know that. If he takes an IQ test, he's not going to pass it. At first grade level. He's proves that. When I just said, you bother me, you get told on. You bother me, you get told on. You asked for it, you provoked. That seems to be what you want. Nobody does the same thing for this long. if they're not getting exactly what they want. It's like you want to be told on. Because you're never going to get a date with me. You don't fit into my crowd. You're not my kind of person. You have to be normal and intelligent to ride this ride, and you can't do either one. There's never going to be a date. You're an imposition and a burden. You don't have women throwing themselves at you. You're by yourself. You have women kicking and screaming, get off me. You repulse me. That's the best you'll ever do. You guys that work for him, take his ass to Vegas, find him an escort, and keep him busy, because he's getting your whole thing down. I said I'm the Jenga piece, didn't I? And every time you fuck with me, your whole deal wobbles, doesn't it? Nobody's ever sued us before. Nobody's ever billed us before. How does she find that out? How does she know that? I would say that's some wobbling, don't you? Are you that stupid? You can't get it by now? I'm the Jenga piece. You push, you pull, things start wobbling. You're seeing things happen you've not seen before. I don't like Charles. Get him off me. Get him an escort in Vegas. They're discreet. Nobody will ever hear a thing about it. And then you won't need a lie and a cover-up. And he'll get his, whatever, his weird thrill or whatever it is he's getting. Nobody does the same thing for this long if they're not getting exactly what they want. And all you get is told on. There's not a date. You don't have anything real. Your own friends got pissed off at you. You don't have a real love life. You don't have a cover-up. Stop taking time away from my family and my business to waste on your bullshit. Didn't they? Leave me alone, weirdo. Leave me alone, weirdo. Leave me alone, weirdo. Leave me alone. You don't have women throwing themselves at you. You have women kicking and screaming, get off me. Cost me a lot of money and a lot of my time to go to court. I'm not doing it because I'm just bored. I'm doing it because I'm kicking you off me. When you fuck with me, you get told on. When you fuck with me, you get told on. When you fuck with me, you get burned. When you fuck with me, you get told on. There's not going to be a date. When you fuck with me, you get told on. This was the first of it. How stupid. Do you like that? No one does the same thing every day if they're not getting exactly what they want. Not for this long. Cause and effect. You brush your teeth, you don't get a cavity. One would hope. You go to the dentist, you brush your teeth, you don't get a cavity. You wash your hair, you got clean hair. Cause and effect. You touch a hot stove, you get burned. You're never getting a date with me. You disgust me. You disgust me. You have women kicking and screaming, get off me. Not a real date. No real love life, no cover-up. Don't sit there and fucking ask how'd she find that out. You provoked it, you asked for it, you pissed us all off. My guys got to work and they found out. You offended people. That's how. And it has happened every day since this email right here. 7 years ago. So don't tell us you don't like getting caught and you don't like getting told on. Nobody does the same thing every day for this long if they're not getting exactly what they want out of that. You're sick of yourself, aren't you? You can't control yourself, can you? So you're doing everything within your power to provoke people that are putting a stop to the disgust that you can't quit by yourself. There's no other explanation. Why else would you keep doing? I mean, you failed again today to respond to the podcast an hour ago, 2 hours ago, whenever it was. Same day. I said fuck off. You don't have my consent to peep hack or contact me at all or anybody I know. And you sit there and you do it anyway. And you do it anyway. And you go, then y'all go, and then my guys get to work. And they go, well, here's the deal now. Well, here's what he's trying to do today. Well, here's what he's trying to fuck up for you today. Here's the nasty ick he's sliming all over you today. Over and over and over. It's the same thing every day. Don't say that's not what you want. It has to be. No one does the same thing every day if they're not getting exactly what they want. We're getting a whole bunch of recordings like this. We are getting exactly what we want. Catching a bad guy. Mike was drugged. Fabian puzzle. You have no control. You're rejected. You're a failure. And you don't have a cover-up. And you're by yourself. A little 1-year-old girl can sit around watching TV like Frozen, pretending, playing with dolls and unicorns. Grown men are not to behave that way. Reasonable, prudent individual does not act like you act. You're a grown-ass man. I said no. When I say no, and somebody keeps pushing me, boy, howdy, that pisses me off. That's all that does. And then you get told on a little more and a little more. Let me guess. You just had the same conversation again a little bit ago. How'd she find that out? How'd she know that? Because you fucked with me. My guys got pissed off. And we got more. And it's the same thing every day, all day. It's been that way since this. Don't tell us that's not exactly what you want. Nobody does the same fucking thing day after day after day after day if they're not getting the results they want exactly, not for this long. Perry's never getting a date with me. Unless we're in a court of law, he better not be in the same room with me. I'll kick his ass. I've been told to. Don't wait to see what weapon he's got on him. Syringe or something. Take him down, call the cops, and wait till they arrive, and have him arrested on the spot. He is not to contact you. He is not to contact you. I said, don't contact me. That's my wish, Mr. Perry. Those are my wishes. I don't want a thing to do with you. You're still trying to do everything this email says. Coerce, 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 coerce. Crime after crime after crime after crime has never been caught this much in your life. That's what happens when you fuck with me. It's cause and effect. Result of your actions. You are stupid. There's a reason our shrink says you're severely mentally retarded. And you need to be checked for Alzheimer's. You two are, David? Are you two, David? I mean, y'all prove it out by what you do. By what you do. Because you have crime has not been caught this much. And you just go at it again and again and again. And how'd she find that out? But I do. That's the thing. And I have. Ever since this email, for 7 years every day. Put your hand on the stove, you get burned. Fuck with me, you get told on. And we're not going to use those recordings as party entertainment. They're used in a court of law already. You invade my privacy, my guys invade yours. Only they have a court order and you don't. I'm just repeating myself again. This stuff has already been said over and over and over and over. Try and keep up with everybody else. Mr. Perry, I'm not a special education teacher. I don't know how to relate to you. I don't know how to communicate to you. I don't know how to make you understand. You have to leave me alone. You have to. You too, David. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't know how to make you understand. Your attention isn't wanted. There's not a romance here. It's a crime. It doesn't go both ways. I don't want what you want. Nobody even understands what it is you want. You seem to like getting told on. It seems to be that's what you want. When we look at what you do, that seems to be it. If I want to go eat dinner, then what I do, or go to the grocery, what I do is, you see it, since you're a peeping Tom, I get dressed, I brush my teeth, I comb my hair, and I walk out the door and I go eat dinner or to the grocery. And then the results of that is I come back with groceries. If you want to get told on, you fuck with me. If you want your crime caught, fuck with me. There's never going to be a date. Never has been, never will be. It has been 12 years. You know when I went on a date with Brandon? First night I met him. It wasn't a whole lot different with my ex-husband. It doesn't take somebody 12 years to get a date with me. If I like them. You're rejected. You're rejected. You're a reject. You're a failure. You're not reasonable or prudent, because reasonable, prudent individuals let go and move on. You're an imposition and a burden. And I'm repeating myself. I worked in a strip club with young girls. Some of them didn't finish high school. Their parents were drug addicts. They didn't finish high school. They were drug addicts too. Didn't one time have to repeat myself. I've worked with surgeons, elected officials. I don't have patience for this. If you want to get caught, keep fucking with me. And stop asking who told and how'd she find that out. You asked for it. You got it. It's been that way since the McNamara email. This is the McNamara email. This is Perry's intention to coerce and bribe and force me to do something and say something against my will. That's what this is. He's still trying to do it. I said no. You keep fucking with me, you're going to have to deal with 40 police officers that don't think that's cute. It's a need to know. Because you're dangerous. Dead lucky and almost dead framed Mike. That's why, and you know, after you did that, it even went even deeper cover. Wow, we can't have that happening. Get the fuck off me. Get off me. Stop contacting me. You make me want to vomit. All my skin crawls. There's not a romance there. It's crime. You are a sick son of a bitch. We got that because you fucked with me. It's not legit, but I'm gonna have her car towed and sold before she figures that out. How'd she find that out? Because you fucked with me. This one, you pissed everybody off fucking with me. We want to use her as a test case before the Supreme Court. We're gonna send her home, harass the hell out of her, tweet from her phone, and say she's harassing us. And you did it twice in civil court. What's the date on that, Perry? Can you still do reading of dates? November 14, 2017. And I've got probably 20 more just like it from earlier. There's about 2 email accounts that I used to have that I got rid of when you were hacking them. I haven't even looked in yet. You did it twice in civil court after these emails were sent. Long after these emails were sent. You did it twice. So then we go, well, I told you so. My car had 4 accidents in 2 years. Radiator hose had a hole. Somebody put a hole in it. Somebody drained all my oil out. The taillights have been taken out repeatedly. Let's have her pulled over. Get her taillights out again. Over and over and over. It's the same old, same old, same old. You fuck with me, you get caught. And a lot of times I've got something like this before. Because you pissed off 40 police officers helping me, and so they get pissed off and go to work. My prosecutor, I sat here and listened to them all day, Sin. They are doing everything within their power to make sure you don't get that appeal filed. She moved twice, mind you, to get away. Perry claims she's a threat. She's moved twice, mind you, to get away from him. They can't get him to leave Oklahoma. He lives in Lubbock. He's got a wife and kids and family and a business, and he's an elected official in Lubbock. They can't get him to leave Oklahoma. Have you ever met somebody that claims they're under threat, that goes where the threat is and won't fucking leave? She moved twice. I would say that's the threat, him, not her. He's got an entourage to play like this, like he feels like he's under threat. Wow, what a drama queen. If he really thought he was under threat, he would not come to Oklahoma, would he? She's not going to Lubbock. Handcuffs, you had to take me to Lubbock. I hate Lubbock. Listen, that's enough. If you want to continue to get caught and told on, keep doing what you're doing. But don't fucking ask who told and how'd you find that out. You provoked it. You asked for it. Every single time, we've got 33,000 emails representing 33,000 recordings of you trying to cause a harm to me. And there's even more than that I didn't type up. I don't sit around and type up all the shit you guys are recorded saying because I don't have time. I don't have time. Some of it I'm not told about. Some of it's withheld for a reason. Sometimes I'm not told for a little while. Sometimes I am told, and I'm told, this one doesn't go out, not right now. But you need to know about it so you can adjust your schedule or something before you do it. David, are you mentally retarded too? Are you? I mean, you prove that out by what you do. You touch a hot stove, you get burned. You fuck with me, we get stuff like this. Over at 33,000, Mr. Perry. There's never a date. 12 years, you're a rejected fail. Power men have women throwing themselves. I watched John Ensign. John Ensign is a handsome man. I mean, everybody knows that. So, I go to a George W. Bush rally at the Thomas and Mack, and I was shocked at watching women throw themselves at him because he's married. I mean, it's like, have some respect for his wife, for God's sake. These women had no shame. I mean, they just threw themselves at him, and I'm like, oh my God, that's so rude and skank. I mean, it was Vegas, but I was shocked at what I was seeing. You don't have anything like that, Perry. You got women screaming and kicking, get off me. Foregoing food, haircuts, getting nails done, tanning, paying bills on time, to pay for court to sue you to get rid of you. So fuck you. I mean, you're not even close to be. You don't fit in my sandbox. You don't get to play in my sandbox if you can't be intellectual and you can't be normal. You don't get to. And whoever is working with him that continues to do the same thing every day and get caught and told on and caught and told on and caught and told on, and they go, how'd she find that out? How'd she know about that? But every day it's the same thing. You have to want that. There's no way you don't. Nobody does the same thing every day for this long if you're not getting exactly what you want. Sometimes people are disgusted with themselves and they can't control themselves to stop. And so they start provoking someone else who will put a stop to it for them. Jail. We all can't wait. No more hacking, no more peeping. I have my privacy back. I have my reputation back. And I will never be broke again. I won't miss a meal again. Mr. Perry, the men that I've dated made sure I didn't miss a meal for any reason. The men that won my heart, that I loved, made sure I didn't miss a meal ever. You sit around making sure you do make me miss a meal. Subjugation, not my thing, man. I'm kicking your ass off me is what I'm doing. You need to take the blow off hint already. This is why they think you're mentally retarded. You're doing the same thing every day that gets you the same results. No date and no cover up. Nobody does that for 7 years unless they want to be told on or they're mentally retarded. Not reasonable, prudent. This also was not reasonable or prudent. When a witness has been subpoenaed, you don't contact him. You couldn't wait. You couldn't do it fast enough, could you? You wanted to know how I knew who told Mike to go to Pensacola. Coaxed him. You coax all the time. People that are listening, if they try to coax you, you better think twice. You better think twice. Sometimes they got a murder planned. Sometimes they got a murder of a chief of police planned. And who are the other victims? You got women kicking and screaming, get off me. A 1-year-old little girl can do what you do, sir. Our doctor's very, very convinced because of what you do. The same thing every day that gets you results you say you don't want. Rejected and told on. Rejected and told on. Touch the stove, you get burned. Fuck with me, you get told on. She's convinced you're mentally retarded severely. And maybe have Alzheimer's. You need to be checked. Alzheimer's will kill you dead. It's not a heart attack. It's not fast like a heart attack. It'll kill you dead just the same. You need to go to the doctor. Something's wrong with you. You're not reasonable or prudent. You're strange-o. You're weirdo. You're creepy. Far, far, far outside social norms and stupid as a brick. Dumb as a rock. Same thing every day. Gets you the same results. That's March 2nd, 2020. Mike was drugged. Sure as shit he was. But that didn't come out until May. When you bother me, you get told on. When you bother me, you get told on. When you bother me, we start quoting you. When you bother me, you get told on. You're not getting a date. 12 years, no date. Your own friend got pissed off at you. You are taking time away from my family and my business over an imaginary romance because you don't have anything real. And you don't have a cover-up either, by the way. Your crime has never been this uncovered. All of you. If that's not what you wanted, then why are you doing the same thing that gets you those results? How did she know about that? How the fuck did she find out about that? But it happens every day. Every fucking day. It's like that's what you want. Because nobody does the same thing every day. If you're not getting exactly what you want, Not for this long. I'm getting what I want. We're proving a criminal case here. Not hard. Y'all, it's so easy, it's not even fair. So you tell us by what you do. Are you retarded or not? Go act like reasonable, prudent people. Or don't cry and whine when you get told on. Because I promise you, take it to Vegas and bet on it. You fuck with me, you're going to get told on. You fuck with me, you're going to get caught. You fuck with me, you're going to get recorded. You have 40 police officers that have made you their 24/7 job to put a stop to your crime. And a prosecutor. He's gonna, I've listened, the prosecutor said, I've listened all day. I wanted to see what's going on with the civil case. So I listened to the live feeds all day. All they talked about was, don't let her appeal. Don't let her appeal. Don't let her app work. Don't let her make any money. Don't let her appeal. All fucking day. So I know what you're up against. If you can't make it, if they do, if they're successful, it's not a failure on your part. It's their failure. All of that's illegal, and I'm going to charge the fuck out of them for that. For right now, just get the one filed with the Tulsa County court. The designation of the record and the amended appeal. Get it filed. Once that's on the docket, it doesn't have to be. I know you can do it. I've got it. I know I know the plan here. But if you can at all, get it served. So at least there's that. And the rest of it, whatever they do after that is icing on the cake. When you bother me, Mr. Perry, you need to keep up with everybody else. When you bother me, the results are you're told on. Because you're pissing people off. You're making everybody mad. Everybody else feels like this guy.
Please leave me alone.
Hey, men. Leave women the fuck alone.
The rest of the planet thinks like him. That guy fits into my world. That guy fits into my crowd. He can play in my sandbox anytime he wants. You cannot. You don't. You're creepy, delusional, strange-o, and our shrink says, severely mentally retarded. I'm looking at all this. Nobody does the same thing for this long if they're not getting what they want. So he's either severely mentally retarded or he wants to get caught. All of them are. All of them get caught this much every day. And they sit there and go, how'd she find that out? It's not hard. Everybody's sick of you.
When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumb ass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
So how many times do I gotta play that guy? How many times do we have to repeat ourselves? When you fuck with me, expect to be caught. Expect to be told on. And don't sit around asking how'd she find out. You asked for it. You provoked. That is what you want, right? I mean, we're getting what we want out of what we're doing. We want to build a criminal case. We're getting that. Like nobody has in your lives. It's like that's what you want too. Otherwise, don't contact me. Don't peep on me. Don't bother my family. Don't bother me. Get your hands out of my wallet. Get out of my phone. You shouldn't even know what I'm doing. You shouldn't know when I'm working, where I'm working. You shouldn't know anything. You shouldn't know. The whole thing is stalking and harassment and coercion and witness tampering and bribery, racketeering, RICO Act violations, attempted murder, obstruction of justice, destruction of evidence. Over and over, you're caught. You're besides sex exploitation of women and children, human rights violations. I said don't contact me. I said don't peep and hack. I said don't bother me. Creepy Charles. I said get the fuck out of my life. You don't have women throwing themselves at you. You got that. People running from you, pissed off at you, just like Neil. If what you're doing isn't getting you what you want, why are you doing it? You don't do the same thing every day for this long if that's not what you want. You have to want to be caught, or you're just mentally retarded. Leave me the fuck alone. Get off me. Get out of my life. I don't care what you think I didn't ask you. I don't care what you think I did not ask you. I don't give a shit what you think or how you feel or what you... I didn't ask you that. What I asked you to do is get out of my life. Comply with the law. And if you decide not to, then expect to be arrested, expect to be told on. You asked for it, you provoked. My guys will give it to you. They do every day. Leave me the fuck alone.